आत्मा क्या है, आत्मा क्या नहीं है, उसका विवेक हमने पढ़ा. समझा कि आत्मा is complete, it is not containing, it's not made up of parts, whilst the body is made up of parts. Atma is unchanging, body is always changing. Atma is internal, inside, and it is controlling, whilst body is outward and it is being controlled. In this manner, Atma is the one which is illuminating, whereas that which is the body needs to be illuminated. In this fashion, we've been told what is the difference between Atma and non-Atma. Then we understood that what is the nature, what is it that is the Swarup, the essence of that which is Gyan, and that Gyan is about understanding that Atma, Brahma, is pure, it is Nitya, eternal, it is immortal, imperishable, it is without any change, any vikar, it is without any flaws, and therefore it is nirmal, it is nirakar, without any form, and in so many ways it is not experienced, it cannot be experienced, it is something which is imperishable, and so on and so forth, to understand that it is only Satchidanand Swarup. And how this is to be, how can somebody say that that which is within you cannot be is not existing, it is शून्य रूप, ऐसा तो कोई कह नहीं सकता उसको. और इसी तरह से जो चीज़ कठिनता से दिखलाई पड़ सकती है उसको तुम ये नहीं कह सकते कि ये नहीं है. इस प्रकार से उन्होंने ज्ञान का उपदेश भी दिया और कहा कि ये सब दृष्टा भाव से सिद्ध है और ये विकार रहित, विकारहीन है, विदाउट एनी चेंज है. और फिर उन्होंने आगे बताया कि ये इट इज़ नॉट समथिंग विच हैज़ एनी रिलेशनशिप विद एनीथिंग, कोई संग नहीं है, कोई चीज़ उससे जुड़ी हुई ही नहीं है. और ये सबसे पृथक है, सबसे अवे है, इट्स डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एनीथिंग लाइक अ बॉडी और इवन सूक्ष्म शरीर, स्थूल शरीर, इस तरह से भी उन्होंने बताया. तो ये तो हमने समझा कि आत्मा किस प्रकार की, ज्ञान क्या है. फिर उन्होंने कहा एक ही है तो दूसरा हो नहीं सकता, तो द्वैत हो नहीं सकता. तो द्वैत का जो मिथ्यत्व है उसको उन्होंने समझाया. उन्होंने कहा जब दूसरा हो नहीं सकता तो इसके अंदर एक ही तरीका है कि इसको समझने का कि जगत जो है ये स्वप्नात्मक है, ये रज्जु और सांप के समान एक तरह से एक इल्यूजन की तरह है और कोई इसका उपाय नहीं है. और इसका जो सारा संपूर्ण प्रपंच जितना भी ये है, ये सब एक प्रकार से मिथ्या ही है. परंतु ये इसका सबस्ट्रेटम जो है भ्रम ही है. तो सबस्ट्रेटम जो बेसिस है यदि भ्रम है तो ये भी जो है भ्रम रूप ही है. ये इन्होंने बताया जगत की भ्रमरूपता में. तो सारा जो संसार है ये What should I do? Tell me. Reset means? Oh. Can you get on the link and check? I have done something. Maybe it has helped. Or maybe I'll have to log it again or create another one again. Just check out. तो इस प्रकार से जो जगत है वो because it is the substratum of that is Brahma. Therefore, it is in the nature of Brahma itself. If you were to dive into understanding what is the underlying cause, underlying thing which is there in what is manifested, जो हमें दिख रहा है, we'll always find कि ये ब्रह्म रूप ही है. उस प्रकार से उन्होंने बताया, उस तरह से ब्रह्म जो है इसमें हर जगह पे स्थित है, उस प्रकार से, वास्तव में नहीं, उस प्रकार से. Are you getting it okay now, or should I log in again?
Yeah, it's okay. Let's carry on. Just asking.
Have you been able to check it?
I have messaged her.
Somebody can log in and check it out also. No? No echo. Okay, fine. So we are fine. Okay. So we had done this till shlok number 55, and we had also gone to 56, 57 and so on, so forth. But let's start again from 56 onwards. Okay. दूसरे क्षण में न रहने के कारण जैसे स्वप्न असत है. You keep the English one open. All of you can have to read the English one for me. Okay. जैसे दूसरे क्षण में न रहने के कारण स्वप्न असत है, because the dream just vanishes if you were to wait for even a minute or two. वैसे ही ये संसार व्यवहार योग्य, it is having व्यवहार, it is having relationships, interactions, उस तरह से होने के और अनुभव होता हुआ भी, एक्सपीरियंस्ड होता हुआ भी ये असत है. ठीक है, ये संसार जो है इसको एक्सपीरियंस भी करते हैं, इसमें हम रिलेशनशिप्स भी देखते हैं, इसके अंदर सब संबंध, सब चीजें देखते हैं, परंतु ये असत ही है. जागृत अवस्था में, जागृति में जब हम जागृत होते हैं तब स्वप्न जो है वो समाप्त हो जाता है. ठीक है, स्वप्न में जागृति नहीं रहती. When we are in the dream state, we are unable to be in this state. Correct? And in Sushupti, which is deep sleep, neither are you in the Jagrit state nor are you in the dream state. Jagrit means this state and dream means Swapn state. So neither of the three states are actually the truth. And therefore, that which is the truth is different from all these three states. Right? And that is how you understand that this prapanch means that which is made out of 5 tattvas, elements, okay, is false. Because that which is the truth should be existing somewhere. It is not existing in neither of these three states. Therefore, it is different from these three states. Please read 58 now. 58.
58.
We had read 57 last time, but I thought we'll repeat it so that we have a continuity.
Yeah, 58. Page 15. Thus, all the three states are unreal inasmuch as they are the creation of the three gunas. But their witness, the reality behind them, is beyond all gunas, eternal one, and is consciousness itself. The three states are unreal, etc. This world of our daily experience, comprising these three states, is produced by the permutation and combination of the three gunas, components of Prakriti or the primeval substance, which is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. But whatever is a compound must disintegrate and be destroyed. This world, being a compound, is thus foredoomed to destruction, and so it is unreal, as reality implies indestructibility. Here, what has been put forward as a mere proposition in Shlok 56 is conclusively proved this that this world, though experienced, is unreal.
Yeah, so shloka number 56 said, दूसरे क्षण में न रहने के कारण, it does not stay in another second, in another kshan, okay, and it is, despite the fact it seems to be real, व्यवहार योग्य है, and it is experiential, अनुभव होता है, despite that you cannot treat this to be real. Okay, so in this fashion, with this logic, it is not real. Okay, so we understood that it cannot be there cannot be two things. So there has to be only one thing, and that is Atma Brahma. And therefore we said that this has to be an illusion. So that is one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is that this does not exist. It tends to destroy itself as you move from one state to another. So what is that state which is indestructible? Another way to understand it. Right? Are you getting that? That which is ultimate is Nitya, eternal, immortal, imperishable. Okay. This, what we are seeing, is perishable. If we see it in a dream, it is perishable. If we see it in deep sleep, that is also perishable. You come out of deep sleep and you don't remember anything what is there in the deep sleep. There's nothing. Right? So none of the three states are allowing you to experience and say that this was the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is something different from all these three states. And therefore, even if you don't say this is an illusion, right? Are you getting the point? It is indestructible. If it is indestructible, then this is getting destroyed. The existential space we are looking at just now vanishes when we go to sleep. Right? And we go to 59.
Should I read this part? Their witness.
Yeah, please.
58. Their witness. When everything in this world is in a state of flux and is changing every moment, what is it that sees these changes? Vedanta declares that it is Atma, the conscious principle, that witnesses all these changes, itself ever remaining unchanged and unaffected by the gunas that work these changes.
Correct. Yeah, so this is saying that Atma, which is supposed to be the drashta, the seer, is constantly witnessing this, and that is remaining unchanged. Yeah, please.
59. Just as after the illusion has gone, one is no more deluded. One is no more deluded to see a jar in earth or silver in the nacre. So does one no more see Jiva in Brahma when the latter is realized as one's own self. So does one no more see, etc. So long as a person is in ignorance, he thinks himself as a jiva, which has an individuality of its own apart from Brahma. But when, with the dawn of real knowledge, he realizes himself as one with Brahma, this jivahood appears to him as nothing but an illusion, like the illusion of silver in the nacre.
So this is 59 in Hindi. जिस प्रकार मनुष्य भ्रमवश through an illusion मिट्टी में घड़ा. So if you see mud on the street side, do you see a pot in it? No. But you start seeing it out of an illusion. Okay, मिट्टी में घड़ा or सीपी में चांदी, in a shell which is containing pearls, the shine of the shell is such inside it that it shines like silver. So if you see that shell, you can mistakenly say that it is silver. That's out of an illusion, mistakenly say. In the same way, if you see, when you understand Brahm, then you are imposing on it mistakenly the Jeev Bhav. This body, the presence of this particular Jeev. Okay, which is whether it is in physical form, the body, or it is in a non-visible form body. Sukshma या स्थूल कैसा भी शरीर. ठीक है. So we are attributing this body on that which is Brahma, just like we are attributing a pot, mud pot, ghada, matka, on the mud. Okay, just like we are attributing silver to that particular shell which is containing pearl, neka, right? So this is just being attributed through an illusion. Jeev bhav. What is this jeev bhav? The bhav or the feeling that I, that which is ahankar, which has got an identity, I am. Okay, I am Rajan. I am XYZ. Okay, that bhav is what I impose through ignorance. And then I say that that which I am saying is I, which is that ultimate I. No, there's a difference. That Atma is totally different from this which I am calling as Rajan. This falseness is what I live with. And I therefore do not remember, that I am a witness to this Rajan. I am that Atma which is the witness to this Rajan. I treat this Rajan to be the same as that Atma, and therefore I feel that I have the pain, I own the pain, I own the sorrow. The body, the name which I have given to this body is owning that sorrow. It is owning that pain. Okay? And I am just a witness to that. That I is what I have to understand. I am. That is what I am. Yeah, questions? We go to 60. जिस प्रकार मिट्टी में घड़ा, सुवर्ण में कुंडल. Suvarn is सोना, gold, उसमें कुंडल, earring, any jewelry, और सीपी में चांदी नाम मात्र को ही है. Okay, just as in the mud, the pot is only naam matra, only by name you can say, maybe mud pot. This is the mud from which the pot is made. Okay, this jewelry, piece of jewelry is made from gold, naam matra. I see a piece of gold and I say इसमें कोई ज्वेलरी है, हाँ नाम मात्र के लिए है, ठीक है, just like that. इसी प्रकार पर ब्रह्म में जीव शब्द भी नाम मात्र ही है. सो वास्तव में ब्रह्म में कोई जीव नहीं है, केवल नाम मात्र ही है. दैट विच आई एम, उसमें राजन जो है केवल नाम मात्र ही है, वास्तव में नहीं है.
How is it we all see you sitting there, table there, laptop there, blue shirt? We all see the same.
It's a dream. We are all sitting in the same dream. We just heard that. That's why we're coming back to see it from a different perspective. हाँ, register नहीं हो रहा तो वो होगा धीरे धीरे register. You follow this, register होगा. और जिस दिन register होगा, it will click like very well, very well.
Upanishad has given a helpful example, like an ocean and waves. So those waves look very real. But
Okay,
they actually just the ocean.
let's keep reading. He'll be giving you enough examples and ways to understand this. Just now, for example, we started from Shloka 16 to say, I am that which is Avinashi, Sat, Sakshi, Drashta. We started from there. I am not this body. Okay, now we are trying to understand everything and figure out, is it that I am not this body? Are you seeing that?
कर्म कौन कर रहा है?
हाँ,
कर्म कौन कर रहा है?
जो जीव है वो कर रहा है.
जीव कर रहा है.
हाँ, जीव और आत्मा अलग है.
Then the purpose of doing good doesn't exist.
It does exist.
It does exist.
So like
Because let us understand, and I think I will have to answer that question which you had raised last time, that you want to see the jigsaw puzzles put together right away. So the karmas which we do are helping to purify ourselves. चित शुद्धि के लिए हम कहते हैं कर्म जो करते हैं चित शुद्धि इन द ड्रीम चित शुद्धि के लिए. जब चित शुद्ध हो जाएगा, एकाग्र हो जाएगा, तो हमको ये ज्ञान प्राप्त हो जाएगा कि मैं कौन हूं. इस ड्रीम से निकलने के लिए ही सारा काम किया. तो इस जगत को हम साधन बोलते हैं, और साधन एक तरह का सत्य साधन है, क्योंकि इसमें भगवान भी हमें है. एक भगवान भी है, कृष्ण भगवान हो, चाहे शिव भगवान हो, चाहे कोई भगवान हो, जो हमारे को पार लगाते हैं. तो वो साधन है जो कि सत्य की तरफ ले जाता है. तो उसको हम साधन सत बोलते हैं. तो ये जगत जो है ये साधन सत है, ये साधन के रूप में सत है. ड्रीम के अंदर एक ही साधन है जो हमें सत की तरफ ले जाएगा. आर यू गेटिंग इट? ड्रीम के अंदर, स्वप्न के अंदर, इस जागृत अवस्था जो हम बोलते हैं उसके अंदर एक ही साधन है जो हमको सत की तरफ ले जाए. सत जो है वो हमें अब समझ में आया कि वो सत है. यदि वो हम सत को समझ गए और उसका डिस्टिंक्शन इससे समझ गए, तो फिर ये जो जगत है ये किस लिए बना है? हमको वहां तक ले जाने के लिए बना है.
so for us it will stop existing at that very
Yeah. Question?
It's like passage. Just
It's a path.
pathway.
It's a method.
And being good is part of that method, right?
Yes.
Very important part.
या कर्म जो है, अच्छे कर्म करना जो है, और being good or whatever words you want to use, जो भी हमने पढ़ा है अभी तक, वो सब उसी के अंतर्गत है. It is all within that particular arena, the existential arena as we can call it, ephemeral arena, okay, empirical arena.
But again, to do good karmas is also coming from our past karma. अगर जो हम
Everything, past, future, time, everything is in this illusionary space, which is totally different from that which is.
for example, जैसे अभी हम जैसे war like situation में हैं the globally, for example, so उसको हम how do we identify that with the passage?
Yeah,
The
so that,
pathway,
so it is also happening in a,
leading ourselves to.
so it is also happening in the same dream.
तो इस तरह से ले सकते हैं ना कि ये पूरा प्लेनेट खाली एक इंडिया नहीं, पूरा प्लेनेट जो है वो एक सपने में हम सब लोग एक साथ उस सपने को देख रहे हैं, और फिर उसमें हम अपना कर्मा कर रहे हैं, और जब तक वो सपना चलेगा हमारा पास्ट और फ्यूचर चलेगा, और हम अपने कर्मा के हिसाब से उसको
चलाते रहे.
चलाएंगे और अपने कर्मा को भोग लेंगे.
हाँ.
और फिर जब ये सृष्टि जो भी इसको बोलते हैं वो खत्म हो जाएगी और ये सपना टूट जाएगा. ऐसे समझ सकते हैं इसको.
वो सपना जो है फिर से मैनिफेस्ट करेगा.
फिर से मैनिफेस्ट होगा, बट जैसे बोलते हैं कलयुग खत्म हो जाएगा.
हाँ, कलयुग खत्म हो जाएगा. हाँ, फिर आप फिर से मैनिफेस्ट करेंगे, फिर से आप जगत में आएंगे, उस समय के जगत में, और फिर से जो है आप अपने कर्म में फंसे रहेंगे.
तो ये एक तरह से ब्रह्मा जी का
जब तक अपने आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा.
सपना है, गेम है, तो हम उसमें चल रहे हैं, बट फिर उससे ये पता लगता है कि पास्ट भी था, फ्यूचर भी है, एंड वी हैव टू डू ऑल द गुड कर्मा. तो उससे हमारा जो है फ्यूचर या जो नेक्स्ट हमारा इनकार्नेशन होगा वो इम्पैक्ट होगा.
करेक्ट.
डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प को भी
उसको समझा दीजिए.
क्योंकि सेम हम सपने में हैं तभी हम सब कुछ एक जैसा ही देख रहे हैं ना.
When we are living in the dream, we have to also kind of keep in mind that nothing is ours. Like like
You are
the house is not ours. people are not yours. Like
Mera
that kind of
You are
feeling.
witness.
You're witnessing
So
them.
once you witnessed, now you start using the terms and words accordingly. Hmm? Am I the house? No, it is my house. Is it my house or it is just a house? Okay, so slowly you keep moving in that direction. Am I the car? No. Car is mine. This pot, am I the pot? No. Am I this body? No. Okay, if I am not this body, then I can only say it is my body, but actually it is not even my body in that sense. I am treating it as if it's my body. So you start from one point of witness and you get to many thoughts, and
Yeah, lot
those
of
are
thoughts.
those are the ones which will be explained here also. Right? Just as we took one point, if there has to be only one, then where is the second? It's a philosophical, it's a logical question. How can there be two? So if there is Brahm, then this Jagat is what?
Brahm plus Maya.
So it's something which has to, so it has to collapse in that which is one.
Where does Atma fit into?
Atma and Brahm is same.
So there is Atma in each one of us.
Atma is not unique in each one of us. Atma is
Same in all.
just like the water in the ocean is. All the bubbles are having the same water. There is no unique water to a bubble. It's the same water. It goes back and merges with the same water. It's the same water, the same ocean. So let's read further, and we'll have some questions or some things get answered and some more questions will come up. So let's look at 60 in English.
Just as earth is described as a jar, gold as an earring, and a nacre as silver, so is Brahma described as Jiva.
Yeah,
61.
60.
Just as blueness in the sky, water in the mirage, and a human figure in a post are but illusory, so is the universe in Atma.
So let's understand this. I see blueness in the sky. Yeah. So when I go and search for that blueness in the sky, what do I find?
No.
There is no blueness. So it's just an illusion of blueness which I see in the sky. Right? Similarly, if I see this 61, I see this universe and I go and look for what is the truth of Satya in it, then there is only Atma. I can't find any universe. The truth, I can't find any truth other than the Atma. जिस प्रकार आकाश में नीलता, मरुभूमि में जल और ठूंठ में पुरुष की प्रतीति होती है, उसी प्रकार चेतन आत्मा में विश्व भासता है. Okay, so the Chetan Atma, which is the pure consciousness, in that this entire world is getting experienced, we believe that that is truth. Just as we believe that the blueness of the sky is the truth. When we go and search for it, it is not so. When I go and look for water in the desert, in the mirage, I don't find any water. Okay? Just like when I have this Thoot Mein Purush is an example, that I have this scarecrow in the field. Okay? It is just, blowing with the wind. You put some cloth on top, or you've got some shirt which has been wrapped around it, and when the wind blows, it shakes. And therefore, the crow or the animals there feel that there is a human being. But if you go and look for it, There is no human being there. Okay, so what it is saying is all these are false things which we are noticing, and if we understand in a similar way, when we see universe, it is actually Atma. The falseness is the existence of this universe. जैसी शून्य में वैताल, प्लीज रीड इन इंग्लिश.
62.
हाँ 61 का हो गया. So is the universe.
Last part था.
हाँ part.
So is the universe in Atma. Not only Jiva, but the whole universe is an illusion in Atma. This is illustrated in various ways in Shloka 61 to 64.
So we just done 61, and now we are understanding how this entire universe is an illusion in the Atma, in the other 4 shlokas also. 3 shlokas also.
62.
Yeah.
Just as the appearance of a ghost in an empty place, of a castle in the air, and of a second moon in the sky is illusory, so is the appearance of the universe in Brahma.
Okay. So how is it that there is ghost in an empty place? We imagine it. There are some sounds which appear, some squeaking, creaking somewhere happening, the wind blowing, rustling of the leaves, and we say, there is a ghost. Go and look for it. There is no ghost. Okay? In a similar fashion, a castle in the air. So you may dream of a castle in the air. Go and look for it. No. Just built a castle in the air in your own imagination, and it is false. Okay. And the second moon. The second moon is a concept that I see a reflection in the pond, and I say, एक तो moon ये, एक ऊपर है, 2 moon हो गए. It's an illusion which I see. Or suppose I poke my finger in my eye. Try.
Then you see 2.
You will see multiple images, right? So you do this, you will see 2 images of the same thing. All that is false. Yeah. So in the same way, this aspect of seeing the universe in this Atma is also false. There is a distinction in these examples which are being given here. Okay, and you try and follow these distinctions. Okay, for example, in the first set it is more material connection to things. Okay, in the second one it is more illusion related stuff, and in this one is more the defective type of stuff, the imagination type of stuff, defective imagination of ghost, of a city or a palace or a fort in the air. It is more like your own dreamy thinking about it. Okay, so these are the type of examples which have been given here. Please go to the next one.
62.
63.
63. Just as it is water that appears as ripples and waves, or again it is copper that appears in the form of a vessel, so it is Atma that appears as the whole universe.
Yeah. So just as we see waves in the pond water, this universe appears just like that. It's only water otherwise. The waves are only manifested in a sense because there is water. Okay. जैसे तरंग मालाओं के रूप से सर्वथा जल. When we see waves, we always know that there is water there. तरंग माला is waves. रूप से सर्वथा जल, और पात्र रूप से तांबा ही स्फुरित होता है. पात्र रूप in the nature of a form. We always will see any vessel and say ये तांबा है, तांबे का है, copper का है, whatever. In those days it used to be so. And therefore we will always see that तांबा in the vessel. Okay. वैसे ही ब्रह्मांड समूह के रूप में आत्मा ही स्फुरित हो रहा है. So when we see this universe, the manifestation is this universe, but actually it is only Atma. It's only Brahma. The manifestation is in the form of that pot, the vessel which you're seeing, but actually it is only copper. The manifestation is only in the form of the jewelry, but actually it is only gold. Right? The manifestation is in the form of those waves, but actually it is only water.
But the essence, we're talking about the essence stays.
The thing which is lying beneath it, underlying it, substratum, essence, all these are words which are in a sense similar. जो तत्व है, जो हमने गीता में पढ़ा, तत्व was the word, the essence. Okay, the pure element, if there is an element of. Okay. In fact, you can't even say sense. Okay, जो underlying sense है वो भी नहीं कह सकते, because sense is all experiential. This is unexperienced. Okay. जिस प्रकार, please read in English.
64.
64.
Just that.
Can we also take it in the form of, like, say, for water changing its form, like water into ice, then steam, condensation, evaporate? उसमें हम ले सकते हैं इसको? नहीं, the
नहीं.
form stays same.
उसका एसेंस क्या है?
पानी
तीनों
का
फॉर्म्स का.
अलग, but मेल्ट होगा तो वापस पानी बन जाएगा.
हाँ, तो पानी इज द एसेंस.
बारिश को अगर एक करेगा फिर पानी बनेगा.
हाँ,
रहेगा तो पानी.
हाँ, वो भी हम एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं, बट दैट इज मोर लाइक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन.
Transformation.
हाँ, बट दिस इज नॉट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन.
Correct, but then भी तो सेम ही रहता है, भाव तो वही रहेगा.
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो रहा है. वी आर कमिंग बैक टू द सेम जल. हियर आत्मा इज टोटली डिफरेंट. Once you go and understand what is Atma, you cannot come back and manifest yourself. If you realize the Atma, you cannot come back into this body. There is no transformation in that sense that you will change from a caterpillar to a butterfly. हाँ, बट वो हो रहा है उस तरह से कि देयर इज अ कॉज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप देयर. हियर देयर इज नो रिलेशनशिप.
As like snake can't transform into a root.
करेक्ट.
But उसमें तो living non living का भी change.
हाँ, और लेट्स लुक एट, सपोज देयर इज मिराज एंड द डेजर्ट. द वाटर इज नॉट going to disappear and the sand will become wet. No. The sand cannot become wet. Whatever you do with that water. You can go and check it out. There is no water. Where did it go? Did it wet the sand? No. Okay. So there is no direct relationship which is established. In a caterpillar and a butterfly, there is a relationship, direct. 1-to-1 correspondence. Okay. And there is only one butterfly. Here it is just one, like the water in the sea. The bubble is burst and it is just one water. Which water was it?
ये भी तो illusion है कि हमने, अगर हम इसको भी illusion मानते हैं कि हमने बर्फ को आइस का ट्रे में रखा, फ्रिज में, फ्रीजर में, पानी रखा था, बर्फ पर निकली, राइट?
हाँ.
क्यूब्स, आइस क्यूब्स. बट अगर आप देखो again, हम उसको पानी के उसमें भी तो सोच,
तो वापस पानी बन जाएगा. तो अब आप यदि आज ब्रह्म बन जाएंगे, आप ब्रह्म में आपने ब्रह्म रियलाइज कर लिया, तो क्या आप वापस बॉडी बन जाएंगे?
नहीं,
नहीं.
not in that way.
Meaning there's no process involved. That's
There is no process involved. अब हम कहें कि दूध है, दही जम गई.
ये भी हमने पढ़ा
दही
हुआ
जो है,
है.
अब क्या वो उस तरह का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है? नहीं है उस तरह का. There is
because an
nothing.
example has limitations.
या
दही बनने में हमने
आप छोड़ दो, नहीं डालो, खाली दूध छोड़ दो, दही बन जाएगी. सम इम्प्योरिटी की वजह से जामन नहीं डाला, कोई बात नहीं, कर्डल तो कर ही जाएगा. Okay. So that transformation is normal. That is because that particular element has that ability to transform. You take a piece of wood, it burns into fire. Transformation from wood to fire is its own property of
The
burning.
charcoal, like the coal.
All these are examples which are, so suppose we take the example of just this, the jewelry and the gold. Gold changes into jewelry. The form has changed, but that has remained as gold.
I mean, that is why I asked
Okay.
also कि पानी है बर्फ बना.
हाँ.
That is how.
Yeah.
change
So we
also.
can understand that in that nature, that by itself, if we believe,
Jewelry बनी,
हाँ.
उसका हमने chain बना लिया, bangle बना
बट
लिया.
वास्तव में तो वो गोल्ड ही है.
Gold ही है.
क्या गोल्ड के अंदर ज्वेलरी दिखती है? नहीं. पानी में भी जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें आइस दिखे या वेपर दिखे. We can take that example in that sense.
Very interesting. You're trying to say something very close. What is that? But there's a
I think
difference
I'm-
in what is that.
Yeah, this, I think I'm not, I'm processing it, but I think, I mean, it is coming from the form of the jewelry, gold and jewelry, उसी से आ रहा है वो.
हाँ, बट वास्तव में जो गोल्ड और ज्वेलरी का एग्जाम्पल है, that is negated subsequently. And why it is negated? Because the essence of that jewelry is almost the same as the jewelry. In truth, it is not so. Brahm and our Jeev Bhav are totally different. How are they totally different? One is Nitya, Anitya. In case of jewelry and gold, both are Anitya. Okay, we're only trying to explain it. The example of looking at the sky as blue, the blueness in the sky is not Nitya. And there's no relationship of the blueness with the sky. It appears so. There is another example which comes, I think it's going to come next, so we'll wait for it. We'll take all these together and we'll understand, because there are aspects which we need to sort of sort out in our head as we go along. And some examples are going to be easier and some are going to be more difficult. जिस प्रकार घट नाम से पृथ्वी, ओके, घट नाम से मीन्स जो पॉट, घड़े के नाम से हम पृथ्वी, मिट्टी को, और पट नाम से तंतु भासता है. पट कपड़ा होता है और तंतु जो है उसका थ्रेड होता है. ठीक है, कपड़ा और धागा. तो जैसे हम कपड़ा को देखते हैं तो उसमें धागा, हमें पता है उसमें धागा है, उस तरह से भासता है, एक्सपीरियंस होता है, समझ आता है. उसी प्रकार जगत नाम से चित्त शक्ति भास रही है. चित्त शक्ति इज द कॉन्शियस पावर, द कॉन्शियसनेस भास रही है. चित्त की शक्ति, कॉन्शियसनेस, द सुपर कॉन्शियसनेस is being experienced. The super consciousness is being experienced through the universe. उस जगत का बाद करके उसे जानना चाहिए. उस जगत का बाद करके उसको हटा के, उसको तिरोहित करके, उसको तिरोहित करना मतलब उसको डिसॉल्व करके उसे जानना चाहिए. और ठीक है, right? Yeah. So we go back to our example of Brahma plus Maya equal to Jagat. Okay, the Maya element is that illusion, which is making the Jagat to be totally different from that which is Brahma. Totally different. There is no relationship. कोई फॉर्म नहीं है, कोई ये नहीं कि डिसअपियर हो जाएगा, कोई थॉट नहीं है उसमें, कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, कोई रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. Only witness is what we are attributing to it. We just attributed 3-4 things to it to understand it. सच्चिदानंद, साक्षी भाव से अविनाशी, बस. स्थित है, Whether it is actually looking at you or no also is not important. It just exists by itself. That is the state which we are talking about for ourselves.
Yeah, because the danger is witnessing is also too.
Correct?
Fir banga.
Correct. Correct. Um, Thank you for bringing it up, because we were going to get to that again at some stage. But the word Sakshi is inherently saying it's different from Drashta. Okay? Drashta is implying to, Sakshi is saying I understand myself. Me, myself, understands myself. Okay? That distinction is brought about in certain Upanishads, but I'm just saying, I'm giving it right here, that that is the difference. Because there's no other who can see something. Okay? Because when you realize yourself, there's no other. Cannot be.
And that's why the text often somewhere or the other says ki this is that thing where words can't reach.
Yes.
The minute we use a word, we are in a trouble.
Correct. To describe it is also trouble. Yeah, we'll come to that also. Yes. Brahm ki sarv atmakta. So how is it that the Brahm is like Atma in everybody? That's what we'll try and understand this, okay? Because this is a question which is there, right? You only ask that. We'll get to that. Please read 65.
65. People perform all their actions in and through Brahma, but on account of ignorance they are not aware of that, just as through ignorance persons do not know that jars and other earthenware are nothing but earth. Just as through ignorance, etc. In all our dealings with various earthenware, we are actually dealing with earth, as by no manner of means can earth be separated from earthenware. So, in all our intercourse with the world, we are, in fact, dealing with Brahma, which is non separable from the world.
Hmm. So when we see people performing actions, it is reading very nicely here. People perform all their actions in and through Brahma. But on account of ignorance, they are not aware of that. ये जितना यूनिवर्स है, ये ब्रह्म है, ब्रह्मा ही है, ठीक है? ये ब्रह्म होने के कारण इस ब्रह्मा के अंदर ही हम जो है कर्म कर रहे हैं. इन यहाँ वर्ड आया, पीपल परफॉर्म ऑल देयर एक्शंस इन एंड थ्रू ब्रह्मा. ये यूनिवर्स है, ये सारा ब्रह्मा ही है, तो ये ब्रह्मा में ही हम एक्शन कर रहे हैं, उसके थ्रू ही एक्शन कर रहे हैं. ये इस तरह से समझने की चीज है कि हम सारे जगत को ब्रह्मा ही समझकर उसमें इस प्रकार से कर्म कर रहे हैं. वास्तव में नहीं. वास्तव में जस्ट एज थ्रू इग्नोरेंस पीपल थिंक ये जार है, ये मिट्टी का, ये घड़ा है, और मिट्टी को भूल जाता है. ये संसार है, इसमें हम कर्म कर रहे हैं, ये भूल जाते हैं ये ब्रह्म का ही संसार है. इस तरह से हम उसको भूल जाते हैं. ये कहने का यहाँ पर अर्थ है. जिस प्रकार घट और मृत्तिका की कार्य और कारणता नित्य है. मैं हिंदी में पढ़ रहा हूँ. जिस प्रकार, अगला श्लोक है ये, घट और मृत्तिका की कार्य और कारणता नित्य है. Now understand this very subtly, very importantly. It's a very important concept to be understood. The cause is what? The mud. And the outcome is the pot. The pot. So what is the karanta? Karan is mitti. The cause is mitti. Karya is the pot. The effect, the outcome, the form is karya. Okay, I'm emphasizing on this word karya because if you read any scripture anywhere, this word karya will be used for form, for outcome. हम कर्म करते हैं, उसका कार्य है, तो कार्य क्या है? आउटकम है, कोई चीज होती है, ठीक है, वो कार्य है, उसकी कारणता है. So we are talking about cause and effect. ठीक है? Everybody getting this? Because this will be required again and again, and if you read other texts also, this will need to be understood. कार्य में कारणता अनुगत उस वाला भी आएगा. हाँ, ठीक है, अभी इसीलिए उसको यहाँ पकड़ रहा हूँ. ठीक है, राइट. जिस प्रकार घट और मृतिका की कार्य कारणता नित्य है, इट इज ऑलवेज देयर, इट इज इटर्नल, देयर कैन बी नो चेंज. उसी प्रकार श्रुति और युक्ति से प्रपंच और भ्रम की भी है. क्या? कार्य और कारणता नित्य है. किसकी? उस भ्रम की और इस प्रपंच की. श्रुति और युक्ति से, थ्रू द शास्त्र एंड थ्रू लॉजिक. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द कॉज ऑफ दिस यूनिवर्स. Brahm.
Ignorance and Brahm.
The substratum is Brahm. Just like the substratum of the pot is that mud. Is the substratum of the pot the mud?
Yeah.
The cause of the pot is mud. In the same way, the cause of this universe is that Brahma. That relationship is eternal. Nitya hai. If there is a creation, there has to be a substratum, a basis for it. That basis is Brahma. Is it okay? You want to read this in English and see what's happening? What is he saying? Or am I...
66. Just page 55, 66 verse. Just as there ever exists the relationship of cause and effect between earth and a jar, so does the same relation exist between Brahma and the phenomenal world. This has been established here on the strength of scriptural texts and reasoning.
Correct. So both through what we are reading as text and also the logic which we are applying, it is very clear. Just as there is a relationship or something which is existing as a cause and effect between earth and the pot, in the same way there is a relation, and that what is that relation he is going to talk about now. Please.
So does the same relation, etc. The same relation of cause and effect exists between Brahma and the world. But as the effect can never be shown to be separate from the cause, this relation only means their non-difference. The Shruti also declares all this is identical with that with a capital T, i.e. Sat or Brahma. Chandogya Upanishad. All this is verily Brahma. Chandogya.
Yeah. So very interesting. So first is that we have the cause and effect between the mud and the pot. And we have understood that there is a cause and effect, therefore, between the Brahma, which is the substratum, and the universe. Correct? Now what are we saying? That there is no difference between the two. The mud and the pot, there's no difference between the two. Only the difference is in the nature of the form. In the same way, there is no difference between the Brahma and the universe other than that which is manifested as form. Right? So, cause is the Brahma, the effect is the universe. The cause is the mud, the effect is the pot. Okay? Are you lost? Mala?
No, I'm just thinking all this is all perishable.
Yeah,
Brahma is not perishable.
correct.
So how is that related to the truth then? I mean, everything is an illusion.
Yeah. So that illusion has a substratum, has a basis. Something is there because of which this illusion arises.
He is created or
So that illusion has arisen because of that substratum. So we are saying that is the cause. Okay? In that sense. ठीक है?
But like rope is a cause of the snake.
Correct. If there was no rope, there would be no snake. Okay? You're okay? No, or you lost yourself somewhere in the middle. Rahul? You're fine? You fine? Each of you fine? Because this is an aspect of something which has to be understood by yourself. Okay? It is not to be understood because somebody else has understood it.
छोटा सा मेरे ख्याल से एक छोटी सी बात ब्रह्म सत्य जगन मिथ्या
तो ठीक है हम इसीलिए
सत्य
बीच
तो
में
ब्रह्म है बाकी तो सब झूठी है
हाँ ब्रह्म प्लस माया इज इक्वल टू जगत
हाँ
दैट इज एन इक्वेशन
बट ब्रह्म सत्य है और जगत मिथ्या है
as soon as she uses it she understands I've got my logic correct. Okay. Yeah, it's a good way to just get your logic right, get your understanding right on any example and every example using this little logic. Okay.
जब
And-
समझ आ जाता है तो लगता है कि हाँ कुछ समझ आ रहा है कि ब्रह्म सत्य है बाकी तो सब झूठ है इल्यूजन है सपना है ये है वो है सब कुछ है लेकिन सच क्या है ब्रह्म
हाँ हाँ ठीक है. अब यहाँ पर हिंदी में मैं पढ़ देता हूँ जिससे कि अगेन इफ देयर इज एनी क्वेरी व्हिच कम्स अप बिकॉज अर्थात जैसे घट आदि में कारण रूप से मृत्तिका सदैव रहती है जैसे पॉट के अंदर एज अ कारण एज अ कॉज द मड ऑलवेज रिमेन्स इन द सेम वे संसार में सदा ब्रह्म हमेशा विद्यमान है. Assertively said that in everything Brahm is therefore also permanently there. Sarvatra, everywhere, sada, always, vidyaman, is there, present. Okay? Just as the mud is in the pot. Next, please. Yeah, 68. 67.
67. Just as the consciousness of earth forces itself upon our mind while thinking of a jar, so also does the idea of ever shining Brahma flash on us while contemplating on the phenomenal world.
So that's very nicely said. As soon as we see the world, we should be having, it should flash in our mind that this is all Brahma. Just as when we look at the pot, it flashes in our mind that this is made of mud. Okay?
And by world we mean ourselves also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Please read the rest.
So also does ... flash on us, etc. In some rare moment, while we think very deeply about the evanescent nature of this world, we become almost intuitively aware of Brahma, the permanent entity behind these changing phenomena. For change necessarily implies something that is unchanging.
So that is again another way of understanding Brahma, that which is unchanging. If this is changing, it is changing in relationship to something. Change is always relative. That change, which is the primal change, has changed itself from something which is unchanging. In its own self, it has to be unchanging. Then only there can be anything relative to that which can be. Something has to be unchanging. That unchanging thing is Brahma.
From unchanging.
We are always going to be living in this ephemeral world where everything is changing. Every thought changes, every feeling changes, every person changes, every event changes, everything changes. And we think that we have to believe in it. Okay? We live by that belief. But we know that almost everything changes. Every 10 years, 2 years, 1 second, something can change dramatically, can change your life completely. So, that which is permanent, which is existing all the time as we see this universe, is what we need to be conscious of, aware of, so that we understand that is what we are. You're bringing the logic back to understanding something. Yeah? That awareness is only about the Brahma, that which is unchanging, which is constant, nitya, imperishable, which I am. That awareness is only about that. There's no other awareness of what. You're going to be aware of time, you're going to be aware of body. That awareness is going to be constantly changing. It is ephemeral. It is here and now, and it's not there next moment. So that awareness is that's the only awareness which we need to be aware of, which is the substrate, which is really what it is. Just as we see a pot and we are seeing mud. We see this universe and we're seeing Brahma. That imperishable. You can call it by whatever name you want. Name is not important. It has to be that imperishable, immortal, eternal, unchanging, immutable, which is unchanging, immutable. Yeah.
But what you and he have brought out is a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
That this last line, for change implies something that is unchanging. Meaning, every time we see change, what we know is that how do we know this word change? Because somewhere we know that
there is
there's
something
which is
in relation
unchanging.
to something it will change.
Yes.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
That's the other way to
Yes.
look at Atma and Brahma. There's so many ways in which we try and understand Atma and Brahma. We've been trying to sort of dice it and bring it together.
Yes. So change is
We did it
relative
with
to
oneness.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's change.
Yes. Correct.
We'll just do 2 more shlokas and we'll end the session. This will end this particular thought process which we are trying to work to. Okay. आत्मा नित्य शुद्ध है, फिर भी वह सर्वदा अशुद्ध प्रतीत होता है, जैसे कि एक ही रज्जु ज्ञानी और अज्ञानी को सदा 2 प्रकार से भासती है. Read it in English, we'll come back to this.
68. Atma, though ever pure to a wise man, always appears to be impure to an ignorant one, just as a rope always appears in 2 different ways to a knowing person and an ignorant one.
So let's understand this.
So this is quantum physics, depends on where
No,
you're looking.
no, this is something different. Don't go into. आत्मा जो है वो नित्य शुद्ध है, but we believe that it is my body, it is in my body, it is the body. So I make this impure. Okay, अशुद्ध प्रतीत होती है. it is perceived as something which is impure. Right? I make it impure because I do not understand it. जैसे कि रज्जु is understood by the jnani as rajju only, as a rope only. But by the ajnani, by the ignorant, yeah, it is being treated as snake. So the example of the snake in the rope has been taken here to explain that which is my body is really perceived as the body, when actually it is only Atma. Okay. We'll just take the next shloka and then we'll end the session. So I'm sorry we are running a bit behind, but we'll close this after that. जिस प्रकार घड़ा मिट्टी रूप होता है, उसी प्रकार देह भी चेतन रूप है. Now it is clear. It is chetan roop, consciousness. It is a form which has been created, has appeared out of consciousness. Yeah, please. अज्ञानी जन व्यर्थ ही यह आत्मा और अनात्मा का विभाग करते हैं. Now read this in English and I'll explain it again.
69. Just as a jar is all earth, so also is the body all consciousness. The division, therefore, into the self and non-self is made by the ignorant to no purpose.
Please.
1. The division to no purpose. The dualists erroneously think that the body and Atma are two separate entities independent of each other. This, however, does them no good as it deprives them of the realization of the non-dual Atma, which is the summum bonum.
Yeah. So let's understand this. He's saying जिस प्रकार घड़ा मिट्टी रूप होता है, उसी प्रकार देह भी चेतन रूप है. So this body is also a form which has taken place because of consciousness. वास्तव में there is only consciousness. In truth, there is only that super consciousness, that Brahma alone. Right? वास्तव में तो there is only mud. The truth is only mud. The truth is only consciousness. Ajnani jan, people who are ignorant, are creating the distinction between that body and the consciousness, when the body is actually not existing. So when we are trying to understand this body and this Atma, the distinction has been created only by us to understand that what is the nature of this body, what is the nature of this ignorance, what is the nature of this illusion, what is the nature of this, what am I getting to? What is the nature of this dream? And therefore, how do I actually get out of this dream? If I understand the nature of the dream, why do we explore the Jagat? Because we are exploring this illusion to figure out how to escape, how to get out of it, how to use it to help us realize ourselves. Otherwise, there's no distinction, there's nothing to really talk about. If I'm happy to be in this dream, then I don't have to do anything. Okay? If I am looking for that which is the ultimate, then I have to understand that. Yeah? Any questions just now? Otherwise, we can close. I have already taken extra time.
So once you've realized this, you are beyond any suffering or any pain, because it's not you. It's not.
Because there is nothing after
nothing.
that.
There's nothing.
Because this will disappear.
Yes.
Just like as if the dream disappears and the dream had some pains and sorrows.
Yes.
Which you have understood. It's only a dream.
मतलब ड्रीम से निकलने का मजा तो तब आएगा ना जब ये पता हो कि इसके आगे क्या है. आगे तो पता नहीं है, तो इसलिए फिर तो लगता है कि अच्छा भाई जहाँ हम नहीं क्या.
ड्रीम के आगे क्या है? ड्रीम के आगे मैं सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप वही हूँ.
वो तो पता, वो तो कहने के लिए हो गया ना.
नहीं
जब जाएंगे
एक्चुअली पता है इसका.
जाएंगे कहाँ का
मतलब कि जब मरने के बाद कहाँ जाएंगे, वो एक हर एक के अंदर मृत्यु का भय जो होता है, अगर ये समझ आ जाए कि हम इसी प्लेनेट में हैं, हमें दोबारा से यहीं आना है और हम किसी न किसी रूप में आ जाएंगे, अच्छे कर्म करेंगे तो ऐसे आएंगे, लेकिन इस तरह की बुक्स जब पढ़ लेते हैं तो मरने से डर नहीं लगता, वो मरने का जो भय है वो चला जाता है। तो अदरवाइज तो लगता है ना कि पता नहीं क्या है आगे, इस बार का तो देख लिया, इस बार क्या है,
और जो गया है उसके जाने का भी
हाँ।
गम आप
हाँ, जो गए हैं उनके जाने का गम भी कम हो जाता है कि भाई वो फिर से आएंगे यहीं, हम सभी यहीं हैं, दोबारा मिल लेंगे, ये करेंगे। बट अभी क्या है, बिल्कुल पर्दा है आगे, कुछ नहीं पता कोई कहाँ चला गया, कब मिलेगा कब नहीं मिलेगा।
जैसे सबके सब बबल्स हैं, ठीक है, सी के अंदर,
हाँ।
उसी तरह से है।
नहीं, लेकिन जो बहुत सारे लोगों की डेथ हो जाती है और बहुत सारे लोग
वो
मीडियम
सब
हैं,
वही
मीडियम
ओशन
है,
में
वो
चले
बात
जाते
करा
हैं।
देते हैं, वो सब क्या है,
वो सब
ओशन है ना।
हाँ,
वो
वो
करा
सब
देते हैं ना बात।
हाँ, सो वो सब जो है एक हमने कोई हमने बना रखे हैं।
फ्रीक्वेंसीज हैं वो डिफरेंट में है, हम
हाँ
different
ठीक
में
है, वो सब चल रहा है, वो
चल
सब
रहा है सब।
इग्नोरेंस में चल रहा है, इल्यूजन में चल रहा
Ignorance
है।
जो है ना, वो थोड़ा कंफ्यूज,
वो भी आ जाएंगे, वो वापस आ जाएंगे उसमें। पहले हम इल्यूजन समझ लें, ये इल्यूजन में चल रहा है।
अब जैसे भूत प्रेत है, अब वो है या नहीं है,
वो जाके देखेंगे तो नहीं है,
नहीं, बट वो कहते
रुक
हैं
जाओ,
कि
रुक जाओ।
उनकी अपनी एक दुनिया है, वो भी है,
वो
हम
जाके
भी हैं,
देखेंगे तो वो
आप उनको नहीं छेड़ो, वो आपको कुछ नहीं करेंगे,
जाको
Don't attract them।
वो आपने बनाया हुआ है सब,
हमने थोड़ी बनाया
It's
है,
part of Jagat.
हमने सब बनाया
Why
है।
are we
वो
taking
जगत
them
का
as
एक part है।
negative? Why are we taking them as negative कि आपको कुछ नहीं हर्ट करेंगे?
हाँ, कि नहीं
Why are
करोगे
we
तो
taking them as negative?
हाँ,
They could be coming as angels also.
So वही impurity basically.
वही
Actually, it's been created
By us,
Yeah.
to explain everything to us.
That's what I was talking about, the conditioning.
Conditioning,
The
yes.
major part of our
We are only viewing and trying to understand this world through our own creation of how things could be possibly happening. And this world is running out of those desires which we are using to create all this. अब हम समझना चाहते हैं भूत प्रेत, कहीं हमने रसल ऑफ द विंड देखा सुना तो अब हम भूत प्रेत हो गया, भूत प्रेत को हम समझना चाहते हैं तो उसका एक हमने संसार बना दिया, उस संसार में ऐसे होता है बना दिया। वहां से हमने लोगों से बात करी, उन्होंने बताया हमें, एक और संसार बना। फिर हमने एक टीवी चैनल में अमेरिका देखा, वो अमेरिका जो है एग्जिस्ट करता है नहीं करता, कितनी देर करता है, वो टीवी बंद हुआ तो वो बंद भी हो गया, उसका एग्जिस्टेंस भी चला गया अमेरिका का। ओके, सो
But can we have a class like say ये वाला session like which is slightly beyond हमारे general day-to-day living के question answers है जो
तो इसमें बहुत आसान है। अब हम जो भी देखें, यदि समझें कि ये भ्रम ही है वास्तव में, तो आप ये थोड़ा सा भी सोचना शुरू करिए तो आपका जो है संसार बदल जाएगा।
एक सेशन में हम जनरल क्वेश्चंस जो हम डे टू डे लाइफ में फेस कर रहे हैं आफ्टर 1.5 years, हमने जहाँ से शुरू किया था और जब हम अभी हैं यहाँ पे, बहुत चीजें समझी, बहुत सी